Red Dead Redemption 2. This channel was built from the simple love of that game and wanting to share it with whomever wants to stop by. Today, at the end of this playthrough, we'll see what it means to get the tour 100%, as well as getting the Platinum Trophy. So buckle up, cause we have a lot to go through. As usual, you have the timestamps in the description down below, so you can skip to whatever section you want, and you won't have to listen to my accent for too long. I played that game a lot. It was one of the first games I got during COVID when I was bored in lockdown and bought myself an Xbox. It was moments of pure solace and adventure when one is stuck inside, unable to enjoy the outdoors. I played the story a lot, overstayed in chapter 2 as much as I could, and even enjoyed the epilogue as a new breath of fresh air, and even found myself enjoying Red Dead Online, playing with people I didn't know and just enjoyed the game. And from there, we exchanged tips and how-tos, and the idea of creating that channel emerged. There were plenty of videos about the game, but I had to watch too many to get the answers I needed. So me and my broken English just decided to record some footage and share some tips I learned along the way. A way to give back to the game and the community, but also, let's be honest, to keep track of the location of everything, as I still use the videos on this channel when I need to go after the exotics and the collectibles. So at that point, I got myself a PC and got the game on Steam to record videos in higher quality and have that feeling of new and fresh. And once again, I spent so many hours playing the game and making guides. Fast forward a couple of years, I then got a PS5, mainly because as a kid I had a PS2. And my brother is on PlayStation, so we could play NHL and other games together. I wasn't a quote-unquote trophy hunter at that point, but I wanted to play the game, and there, the playthrough started on this channel. Funnily enough, I started with Red Dead Online. I hadn't played it since COVID and went back to it. Then went with the story, and soon enough the Platinum felt accessible. And it was just a feeling, as the task remained quite daunting. Because I wanted the Platinum, yes, but I also wanted to 100% the game. And that's when I discovered that getting 100% in Red Dead 2 wasn't as easy. And not everyone agreed on what 100%ing the game really meant. Despite having a tracker for 100%, the game doesn't require you to do everything or complete everything. So after a bit of thinking and talking with others, here is my 40 versions of 100%. It's up for debate, of course, because I may have missed some stuff. But I think that, generally speaking, those 4 tiers of completion made sense. So hear me out. The first tier is the easiest. Well, to track anyway. It's the game 100%. Building on this, we then get the Platinum Trophy or achievement if you're on Xbox or PC. The third tier is the true 100%, which is mostly trackable in-game via the Compendium and Progress tab. Also requires quite a bit of more research and consideration. And the last tier, the stuff of nightmare, the Completionist 100%. So let's check them out one by one. The game 100% is pretty straightforward, in the sense that the game tracks your progress towards it. If you look at it all in chapter 1, boy oh boy, it's a daunting task, and many requirements are hidden until you unlock part of it. But realistically speaking, the game guides you through it as you play, most of the time. The game 100% is divided in 5 categories: mission, collectibles, compendium, player, and miscellaneous. So you have to complete all the main missions, but not all the strangers mission or random encounters. You have to find all the collectibles attached to stranger missions, like the cigarettes or rock carvings, which goes with completing the mission associated with them. And you also need to find the other collectibles, mainly the dream catchers and the grays in the epilogue. The collectibles are quite time-consuming and grindy, but debatable if they are worse than the challenges. For the compendium, you won't need to complete it all. You just need to find a bunch of animals, plants, and fish, and use all the weapons you get. But by progressing the story, you should get all the weapons necessary, and filling up the rest of the compendium should not be too hard at all. What will be harder though is the player section, which will require you to max out all your stats and complete all the challenges. Some are easier than others, but the herbalist and gambling challenge will give you a run for your money. But realistically, once you've done the story and challenges, you should all have the compendium and miscellaneous section covered, and only the collectible left as a grind. And with all of that, you should see the 100% in the progress section. And as a tip here, always keep the grays for last, especially Author's 1, to get the special cutscene. So theoretically, according to the game, you reach 100%. Nice. But to get the Platinum trophy, well, we have quite a bit more to do. So let me introduce you the Platinum tier. First of all, we'll have to go in Red Dead Online and get all the trophies associated with it. Some are easy, some are grindy, and some are skill-based. Pure fun. To be honest, I like Red Dead Online. It's a different pace. The story was good for what it was, even if we're still waiting for the rest of it, and leveling up playing the roles wasn't bad. If you go in it with the mindset of finding your fun, it will be alright. If you just see it as a mindless grind, then that's what it will be for you. A tip here is to posse up. You can join other people as a crew and go about doing various missions and activities, helping each other, and to be honest, that was the best part of it. The Red Dead community is 95% pure gold. People willing to help and just have fun. Yeah, you will encounter some griefers here and there, but nothing that bad. Nothing that makes the game unplayable. A great community overall. Apart from the online trophies, you should have gotten most of them just doing the game 100%. Mainly the story-related trophy and various ones that come naturally as you play. Then you have quite a bit of miscellaneous trophy to go after. Nothing too hard really. The trophy list is pretty explicit on how to get them, and multiple guides are there to help you with some tips for each of them. And then we have the 3 trophies that will make the difference between simple capos and real outlaws. Gold Rush for getting at least 70 gold medals in story mission, which is easier said than done as all the objectives needs to be checked in one attempt of the mission as they don't stack up. And we then get the Zoologist and Skin Deep trophy. That will have you study and skin every down animal in the game. So much fun. But even if you get the Platinum, there's still a lot to be done in the game. So here comes the true 100%. With the Platinum in hand at that stage, your compendium will still be incomplete. And we can't have that. So the true 100% will push the completion a notch further, and it's mostly trackable in game. And for this one, we will need all the gold medals on all the missions, even the hard ones. Get the compendium to 100%, meaning all the fish caught with their respective bait, all the plants eaten or used in recipes, all the weapons, even the one from GTA Online, and all of them used for 1 kill and 1 headshot. We'll also need all the horses caught ridden and reaching max bound level for each breed. We'll also need all the points of interest that are recorded in your journal and maps by Arthur and John. This is a bit more of a grind added on, yes, but seeing the compendium filled to the brim is satisfying, as well as all those gold medals. This is all well and good, but there's still quite a lot to be done that the game doesn't really track down and make you aware about. It's more if you know kind of thing. And for this one, you will need to make your own checklist, and it can be quite extensive, depending on your level of sadism. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the Completionist 100%. Sounds easy, you just have to do and complete everything the game has to offer. Well, yeah, but the game at that stage doesn't tell you what it has left to offer, and there's quite a bit. First of all, the camp requests. There are many of them. A bit RNG to trigger. Some of them are time sensitive too, depending on the chapter you're on. So you, as a player, need to know all of them beforehand and keep track of when to complete them. Even as a seasoned player, you may have missed some. So having a checklist is a must, as well as planning your playthrough. Next are all the optional missions. You know those random missions that pop up in certain conditions at certain time, like the parakeet one? Yep, you need to know all of those and where to trigger them in hope to get the gold for those. There are also plenty of secrets to encounter. Some are recorded in your journal and some aren't, but they are part of the game, like the UFO encounters, the giant, and the ghost train, to name a few. You will need your map and journal filled to the brim. And this one is quite tough as the journal is tied to your progression and no two journals are the same, to be able to compare what you're missing. The map is a bit easier as you can compare with online maps and other players to see what you're missing, many plants and animal locations in general. You will need all the letters, flyers, book, photograph, etc. Some can be bought, some are found, and some are given when interacting with NPCs. Like Maribeth book in the epilogue that can be missable if you never go to meet her. All the unique items like the gems, meteorite, shrunken head, etc., as well as all the unique hats that you can find throughout the world. And then the real completionist grind. All the outfits from the trapper and all the ones from the teller. All the cigarette cards found from the location on the map, and all the elixirs, parachrome, and Valorant route. I'm probably missing elements for the completionist too, ain't gonna lie. Some people might include selling all the horses clothed at the horse fence and some other specific things. And I'm happy to have your ideas in the comments to refine the various tiers. And now the question remains, where do Jono stand between those tiers? Well, let's have a look, shall we? By going through the Platinum journey first. We started with online, weirdly enough. I say weirdly, but bear in mind that I went to multiple playthroughs on other platforms first. But for the PlayStation, I started with online, as I hadn't played it for a while. It was a fun experience all around, to be honest. Yes, some roles were better than others and the story is unfinished, but it wasn't the worst at all. You get only one online story-related trophy, Breakout, for completing the intro, and the rest are more miscellaneous. But by progressing the story and roles, you get some ranks, and reaching level 10 will leave you getting started. And reaching level 50, the trophy Notorious. Level 50 isn't too hard to get. You can grind collector roles and be bored, or just play the part of the game you enjoy and you will get there in no time. There are many trophies for participating in game activities, like Series Major for completing in a series, Gun for Hire for completing 10 free roam missions, Eventful for participating in 5 free roam events, and Strength in Number for completing a free roam mission as part of a posse. This last one is easy enough as you can join posses from the main menu and many will actually do missions. It's also a great way to level up and try some roles like Bounty Hunter if you haven't purchased them yet. It's a bit random and can be hit and miss, but you can find another posse and then see what they want to do. You can also create your own posse for people to join and help you. And if you have enough cash and create a permanent posse, you will get the Posse Up trophy. A way to get gold in online aside from rewards from roles is by completing belt buckles from the award section and resetting them. It's basically the statistic page of Red Dead Online, and you will progress a bunch as you play. And getting 5 gold ones will give you the Buckle Up trophy. One of the easy ones early on is for selling herbs to the doctor and tied to the trophy. When you pick 25, pick to perfection. Same goes with the next one, where you'll pop the Butcher trophy for selling 20 items to the butcher. Master Craftsman for crafting 20 items, and Non-Regulation for crafting 25 ammos. You can buy the pamphlets from the fans for those if you need. Tied to your camp, you will get Home Comfort for buying 5 tent improvement, and owning 5 horses at the same time will give you the Horses for Crosses trophy. Those may be more late game trophies, when you'll be more established and cash won't be that much of a constraint. Now, the 2 last trophies are the ones that put me out of getting the plat from the get-go, as I am not a competitive player and didn't want to grind one for the sake of it. But I was lucky, and after getting those, I felt I should go for the plat. And I didn't get those until last month, so well after playing the story playthrough. Not sure why, but I woke up and decided to launch Red Dead Online after a year and see if I had the will and patience to get there. The first one is not too hard to get in all honesty, but it does involve you kind of briefing another player. It's easier to get if you know someone else playing the game and you can help each other, or ask someone in game if they are willing to help. All you have to do is be in a posse and counter a rival's posse free roam event. So having someone creating their posse and starting a stranger mission for then you to steal their goods and deliver it instead. And you can go the other way around the next time so you can both get the trophy. Because trying it naturally means you'll need to get in someone's way and they will retaliate. And also finding someone randomly doing one of those missions is near impossible. But once you've done it, you should see the All's Fair trophy pop. And the last online trophy will have you win or be MVP for 3 times in an online series with at least 4 players. Now this one is still based really for all the combat series, and unless you know 3 other people willing to help you, you might struggle. The easiest way and more fair one, kind of, is the horse races. The races aren't too bad, and you'll get better and faster as you know the layout. The tough part is finding races with 3 other players. See, many bosses of 4 players are grinding that trophy too, and will teach you out of the race so you don't enter free. And there aren't many races available to the low player count. So it's a game of training every day and racing all of them. One big tip here is don't wait to get 4 players. If the race starts with 2 or 3 players, go for it. As more players can be added mid-race and starting at a disadvantage, they won't be able to catch up, leaving you competing with only 1 or 2 other players. And as long as 4 players finish the race, you're good. I got 1 MVP that way, thinking I would just warm up in a race with 1 other player, when 3 others pop in midway. For the target race, those are a bit easier once you know the layout, and can plan some kind of route through all of them. The thing with races is that you can't really choose them. I got the Saint Denis targets one 3 times in a row and got a win at the 3rd one. And the final win was a fair and square race under fire to the finish line. And once you get VIP 3 times, the trophy, the real deal, will pop. Done with online, let's go through the real game, the real fun, and the real grind that are the story trophies. The strategy, which isn't an efficient one, but my preferred way to play Red Dead, was to do Chapter 1. Enjoy it as long as it takes, with all its mission, and then camp in Chapter 2 for as long as possible, getting most of the collectibles, the Legend of the East Satchel, and other units we could at that stage. We opened the map, did all the challenges we were able to, and really just live our best life in Chapter 2 before moving on with the story until the end. And doing some cleanup post-epilogue. So a lot of trophies popped in Chapter 2 and at the end of the playthrough. Unconventional and inefficient way to go about getting a platinum, but at that stage, I wasn't thinking about that at all. So for this video, we'll go through the story-related and unmissable trophies first, before going through the other categories. There are 6 chapters and 2 epilogues to complete in story mode, and you will get a trophy at the end of each one for completing a particular mission in each. So we start our journey in the snow, as no one else than Arthur Morgan. And Chapter 1 serves as a tutorial for the game. Quite a long one, I might add. The story is pretty linear, and the map isn't really open yet. So we are in Coulter, escaping the Pinkertons after a robbery went sideways in Blackwaters. The law is on us, and we're trying to escape and lay low, weathering the storm, dating our strides, and crossing paths with old enemies, and making some new ones too. We also helped John Marston finding his way back to camp for our first trophy. After a couple more missions and a train robbery, we got down the mountain and got the trophy Back in the Mud for completing Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is where the open world opens, and you're free to go about mostly everywhere. There are still 2 or 3 tutorial missions to do for the legendary animals and to open the stables, for example, but most of the challenges and a lot of the stranger missions can be done in Chapter 2. Horseshoe Overlook is home, period. And in this chapter, the gang mingle with the Valentine folks and learn about Leviticus Cornwall, a rich dude that owned the train we robbed in Chapter 1. By the end of the chapter, we walk about in town and the Pinkertons found us, so it's time to go. Find another camp, and for that, we get the trophy to Greener Pasture for completing Chapter 2. We're now at Clemens Point, near Newtown, Rhodes, where 2 plantation families are competing with each other, sprinkled with some interference by a new gang, the Lemoine Raiders. So of course we mingle with all of them, hands in multiple pies, until it backfires and everyone realizes we are playing them. The Pinkertons heard of our mischief, and it's once again time to go and find a new home in the swamps of Shady Belle. And for completing Chapter 3, we did the Settling Fields trophy. At this point, tensions are rising. The Dan needs money, and we need to find a new corner of the world to start anew. Australia, Tahiti, Dutch has a plan. The main city of this chapter is Saint-Denis, a modern city with trams and theaters, a far cry from the outlaw life. Once again, we met new friends, mainly the Italian mob, running the city, and as expected, they don't really want us here. So we decide to not overstay our welcome, rob the bank, and leave with the money. Good plan. Except the plan went to shit and the Dan is split, and we end up washed up in a Caribbean island. Well, at least we got the trophy washed ashore for completing Chapter 4. The name of the island is Guama. It could be a paradise to live on, but of course we mingle with locals and make more enemies. At this point of the game, we're confined to the island and restricted to what's available in terms of everything, in fact. So we don't want to stay here for long. So after causing some trouble with all the locals, we find a boat to bring us back to the mainland, reunite with the Dan, and find a new camp location in Beaver Hollow. And with that, we did the trophy No Traders for completing Chapter 5. We're now near Annesburg, and it's time to settle all our feuds and make things right. For us, we play the peacemakers with Levity to Stronghold and put to sleep Come Augustral, our rival Dan leader, for the trophy, third time lucky. From there, the Dan decides to go on their own ways, as the plan, or plans, didn't work. We pour, and we're still followed by the law. We help as much as we can to the last minute and get the trophy Redemption for finishing Chapter 6 and Arthur's story. The epilogue starts and we play as John Marston, leading our family to a new life and a fresh start to Pronghorn Ranch, not far from Strawberry. We make a bit of money, find some old friends, and make new enemies along the way. We also buy an IKEA house that we need to put together ourselves and get the trophy Cowboy Builder for finishing Epilogue 1. The second part of the epilogue is just us doing some bounty hunting to pay for the house and try to be a good dad, or just really a dad for Jack, while learning more about the locals. The epilogue ends with us burying the hatchet, for now, with some olden members, and getting the trophy Endless Summer for completing the story. We brisk over the story mainly to avoid some cruel story spoilers, and cause we have the whole playthrough and reaction on the channel, if you're interested. Now we still have a bunch of trophies to pop. The first ones will mainly be in Chapter 2 and 3 for the grind, and the second part at the end for the cleanup. So let's go. There are a bunch of trophies tied up to the camp, 10 members and strangers that you can easily get throughout your playthrough. For donating 250 bots to the Sleeping Bots, we got the Give to the Poor trophy. For delivering 5 personal items to the camp companions, we got the trophy Errand Boy. And completing one companion activity at each camp or chapter will grant you the Friends with Benefits trophy. In the same vein, completing all optional honors missions, the ones where you can choose to help another stranger, will give you the Land in a Hand trophy. Completing 10 Strangers mission strands around the map will pop the Western Stranger trophy. And finally, recovering the stash from 4 homesteads, note that those are often from companion activities, we got the Breaking and Entering trophy. The next batch of trophies are more miscellaneous, that will pop naturally while playing the story, completing the challenge, and some that you will need to go out of your way a bit to get them. Reaching maximum or minimum honor will give you the Extreme Personality trophy, which is easy to get unless you really go for mean playthrough, but if you decide to be good or evil, this should not be too hard. Your horse being your bestie, you are bound to reach level 4 of mutual companionship with it, and pop the Trusty Steed trophy. Going to the gunsmith and upgrading each component for a sidearm or long-arm weapon will pop the Lock and Loaded trophy. Going around the saloon and playing the various betting minigame, blackjack, poker, dominoes, and 5-fingered fillet will get you the Hobby Horse trophy, which you will get as part of the gambling challenge anyway. Robbing or looting over 250 bots will give you the Take from the Rich trophy, which is also attainable while drawing for the Bandit challenge. After doing the Treasure Hunter challenge, you should have more than enough money to spend on weapons, horses, and attires. And spending a total of 5k will give you the Pony Up trophy. You will have to craft a lot in the Survivalist challenge, and after crafting 30 unique items, you will get the Self-Sufficient trophy. There are in Red Dead a boatload of collectibles, from dino bones to cigarette cards and many more. They are more than often tied to a stranger mission, and completing one of them will pop the collector's item trophy. But note that you will need to collect all of them anyway for the platinum, so this one is inevitable. For the next trophy, you may want to save your game before going for it, and try it early on in chapter 2 or 3, as you will need to accumulate a bounty of 250 bots in each of the states available, and survive 3 days with that amount on your head. It's easier than it sounds. You just need to go in a rampage in each town, disposing of the lawman, and then go to camp and sleep until the 3 days pass. And at one point, the bountiful trophy will pop. You can then reload your save with a clean slate, save some money, and the honor drop. The next trophy is a doozy, and easier if you start it early during your playthrough, and chip away as you go if you don't want to grind for it all at once, as you will have to survive a grizzly attack and kill the bear 18 times for the trophy, grind and bear it. It's not hard in itself, as they spawn in 3 to 4 locations pretty consistently, but they have a 3 to 4 in-game day respawn after killing them. You can speed up time by sleeping too to make the process faster, especially at the end of the playthrough. The rest of the trophies will come later on in game if you decide to do everything in chapter 2. In Saint Denis, in chapter 4, you will find a Macro Dragid, an inventor that will require your help with some inventions through a series of encounters. After completing all of them and discovering the theft of Marco, you will pop the Artificial Intelligence trophy. From there, the rest of the trophies will begin in the epilogue. The first one will be after completing all the hunting requests. As a reward, you will get a stuffed squirrel that John will place on the mantle in Beecher's Hall. Abigail and a fan of it, and allegedly, she tries to hide it in various places. Recover it each time, and at the end, you will get the It's Hard trophy. I hope you like hunting, as the 2 next trophies will be testing your skills and patience. It's also one to start early and not look over if you want to keep some type of sanity at the end of your playthrough, as you will need to study every animal across all the states. That includes the birds and dog breeds too. Yes, and some are quite elusive, and some only accessible in the epilogue. But doing this will give you the Zoologist trophy. And for skinning all the ones you can, you will get the Skin Deep trophy. Another doozy of trophy will have you get a gold medal in 70 story missions. And if you played the game, you know about each mission's objective. And those objectives need to be met all at once, in one attempt of the mission. Some missions are easier than others. At the end of my playthrough, I had 30 of them. Another 10-15 were easy to get right away when you know what to expect and look for. But others will challenge your skills and will have you replay them a bit to find the best way to go about. Getting 70 isn't too hard in itself, as I have done it, so you can too for sure. It's just really time consuming, but with over 100 story missions, you have plenty to choose from. And once you get gold in the 70th mission, you will finally get the Gold Rush trophy. The remaining 3 trophies, I recorded them live for the grand finale, as it involved visiting each grave and getting 100% completion, as you will see a bit more to get the true 100%. And here we are back at Beecher's Hope. I feel we've done everything we needed to do to go and get the platinum finally. So if we have a quick look at the progress, the story, we went and got all the gold medal. I know like the Gold Rush trophy was only 70, but we got all of them just for, completion's sake. So chapter 1, all the gold, chapter 2, all the gold, those were 2 pretty easy chapters. There's always a mission that is a bit more difficult for each chapter, but after doing it quite a bit, yeah, you did a hand of it. There's some traits for some of them, and using Doing it in replay with like a lot of data is pretty easy when you like max out everything by doing the challenge. So it wasn't too bad, except chapter 5 was a bit of pain. It's like wasn't too hard except for this mission, but the rest was pretty easy. This one, Dead 15 headshot, it seems that like it's tough, but just by killing NPCs on your way to the mission, you're gonna get all of them pretty easy, so it's not too bad. Chapter 6 was pretty easy too. It's just some missions are pretty long, so if you mess up like doing them again, it's pretty hard. Epilogue was pretty easy. Like some of them are so except avoid being hit by the bull. I don't know why it took me at least like 5 tries to do this one. And Epilogue 2 was just fun to redo. Most of them are good. Building the house is the one that I don't know, it took me like 4 or 5 tries to get the 80% for the nails, because I don't know how it works, to be honest with you. I don't know at all, but we got it. So that's all the gold medals. And then we finished the compendium. So for the compendium, we went in all the animals. We needed it for the skin deep and zoologist trophy. So we got all of them, skin studied or collected and killed. So it's not too bad. We made sure like if you saw the playthrough in Guarma, we got all of them. So we don't have any missable, even if they don't count for the zoologist trophy. They do appear in the compendium, so we got all of them. Equipment, pretty easy. It's just doing all the satchel and doing like all the talisman and everything. We got all of that, easy peasy. Fish, it wasn't too hard. Once we finished the mission, because I forgot to do that mission to get the legendary fish. Legendary fish are just pretty easy. You just need to catch them. The other one are a bit more trickier because you need to catch them with a specific like lure, like cut with bread. So at the end, you just go around and see the one you're missing. And I think we missed 5 or 6 that we needed, like the trout. We needed to catch it with a worm. So go back to the site and fish with worm. I mean, it's not the most thrilling thing, but just for completion's sake, we did it. The gangs were to finish all the hideouts and all the bounties for all of them. And the not trickiest part is finding all the camps. So they spawn at night, so you need to go around and make sure you find at least 3. It can be 3 times the same one, as long as you have 3 interactions with a camp. So all of them. O'Driscoll was the easiest one because we spent so much time in chapter 2. Murphy Brood wasn't too bad either. They don't have a hideout, I think. Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, that was Beaver Hollow. So the 2 toughest one was the Del Lobo gang, because you had like to find 5 hideouts, and there was one that I didn't remember where it was, but we got it at the end. It was a small shot. Laramie gang was pretty easy too, because throughout the story you kind of in the epilogue go to them, and the Skinner brother wasn't too hard either. Mostly the bounties, which are pretty cool. So we got all of them 100%. And then plants was easier than I thought it would be. So you have to use all of them into recipes, which is not too bad. I suggest to do that when you play as Archer, because it will be easier and you won't have to go back and find all the other plants, because you lose all of them as John, as we all know, but it's easier if you do it that way. So for me, I did it as John, so it took a bit more time to go and collect some of the plants that I forgot to use in recipe or eat. I think raspberry or something like that, you need to eat them. No, just bit, but easy. So we did all of them, so they're all 100%, and the orchids, you just have to pick them at the end, yeah. So we got all of those from the exotic, so it's not too bad. Horses, that was the real grind. Well, one of the real grind, the horses and the weapon. So we went and got all the coats, uncommon and common coats for each breed, and we leveled up the maximum bonded to 4 for all of them. So that's what took quite a bit of time going through all of them. Finding the codes, not too hard, especially because many of them, the anchormen, are part of the epilogue. So at that point, you have enough money, you just go to the stable, grab one, go outside, and then it counts as written. And from the stable, they're already at level 1, so you just need to level up 3 levels of bonding, so it's not too bad. So we did all of them. I won't show you everything because it's a bit boring, but it's all done. And then the weapons. The weapons, there were 2 things we needed to do. We needed to play in GTA Online to get the, what is it? I think it's the stone hatchet. So you need to play in online to get it. I think you do like a murder mystery, and then you get the weapon, and then you need to get 20 kills with them, and then it unlocks in Red Dead 2. And then with all the weapons, you need at least 1 kill and 1 headshot. So we went, and we all have our favorite weapons, right? So all of those were pretty easy. So if you look like the Lancaster repeater that I use quite a bit, a lot of kill, a lot of headshot, easy peasy. Favorite weapon number 1, but there's some like I think, yeah, the set-off shotgun I didn't use that much, so I had to go and get headshots with it. Same thing with like the rare shotgun. So yeah, I went 2 kills, 1 headshot to complete all of them. The guns are pretty easy because it's just a headshot, but like the hatchets, to get the headshot sometimes it's a bit trickier, but we got them all done, so it's not too bad. I don't know, the knife, I don't think you need a headshot, just a kill, so we killed a lot of NPCs for those. Same thing with the machete, so you see only 1 because you don't only need 1 just to say we got it for the compendium. Otherwise it would be grayed out at 0, but we wanted 100%. So that's the cigarette card. Well, we got them during the playthrough. Pretty easy with the cigarettes trick, but we got not all of them, but a lot of them during the playthrough that we found in the wild. So that's all the compendium done. Obviously, the challenges, they're all done, 10 out of 10. We did them in chapter 2. Seems like a while ago now. So total completion, we only have 1 thing left to do. We did all the missions, stranger bounty, so that is done. All the legendary fish, exotic requests, most of it have been done during the playthrough, and after that it was just like some cleanup and some cleanup in our online, obviously, like we talked about earlier. So now we just need to go find the last grave. So I see you all over there. I'll show you on the map where it is. I'm not sure exactly where it is. It's up north. I think it's somewhere over there. So I'll go there and I'll catch you back when I'm near the grave, so we can get the last 2 trophies and the platinum to finish Red Dead Redemption 2. So here we are to the final grave. We finally made it. We had to sleep because it was raining again, and I didn't want it to spoil the moment. So here we are on the map for the last one. We have a video with all the grave location and stuff like that, so you can watch that if you want to know all of them for 100% completion. So we wanted to have a nice day, and here we go. The last one. After all those playthroughs, based in the West. And the platinum.
Guess we're just about done, my friend.
What an ending. What an ending. So that's it, everyone. Big thank you for everyone that tuned in on the channel from the beginning, like from just the guides video to all the playthrough, from online to the story to all the shenanigans in between. This game is just top notch. I've played it on like Xbox, PC, and PlayStation was the latest one. If they have an enhanced version on PlayStation 5, of course, we'll play it again because we keep going back to play it again, at least to Chapter 2 and live in that Solace moment that is Horseshoe Overlook and just going around that map and that world that is so great. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in, for being there since the beginning or just hopping in the wagon and enjoying that game with us. It was really great. And wish you all a nice playthrough. See ya.